Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about forgiveness. I'm going to start with a story. So imagine you borrow your best friend's favorite shirt and you spill some sauce on it while you're out. You know you can't afford to replace it, so you go to them and say, you know what, I'm really sorry. And they say, you know what, you don't even have to get me a new shirt. That's mercy. Then they say, not only do you not have to get me a new shirt, but I have one more. I'm going to give it to you for free. That's grace. You see, with God, mercy is God withholding the punishment that we rightly deserve. And grace is God giving us what we don't deserve. So what does this have to do with forgiveness? You see, with me, I find it's hard for me to forgive when I forget the grace and the mercy that I've been shown so freely. Jesus illustrates this point in Matthew 18:21-35, the parable of the unmerciful servant. The disciples asked Jesus, how many times should we forgive? Up to 7 times, right? He says no, 70 times 7. Then he tells a story about a king who found a servant that owed him millions of dollars. The king ordered the man to pay. The man got on his knees and begged, and the king canceled all his debts. That same servant turned around, found someone who owed him only 100 silver coins. And when that man couldn't pay, he threw him into jail. The master found out and said, shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had mercy on you? He was put into jail to be tortured until he could pay back all he owed. This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart. I read this message and it was very sobering, and it made me think, how quickly could the servant forget all that he was forgiven of? But then I looked to myself and said, how quickly could I forget? You see, with God, we will always have the bigger debt. We have always wronged him more than others have wronged us. So where are you today? You might have been lied on, used and abused, cheated on. Maybe someone said something hurtful about you. Or it could even be a biological parent that you feel has just abandoned you. Or maybe you're saying, you know what, this person hasn't even asked me for forgiveness. They never even said they're sorry. They never even apologized. They haven't even earned my forgiveness. I want to encourage you to not allow offense to stay within you. It leads to bitterness. And it also makes it hard to love and also to receive love. I definitely believe that healing is a process. And with forgiveness, you may need someone to walk with you through this, to pray with you, to listen, and to give you advice, so you don't have to go through it alone. I pray that if there's any of us holding on to unforgiveness, myself included, that God will search our hearts and help us to show who that person is and to forgive them now. The second step is this: to act in line with that forgiveness and to pray for that person. I know it's a lot easier said than done. Matthew 5:44 says, but I say unto you, love your enemies and bless those who curse you. Do good to them that hate you and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. So I want to end with this. My prayer is that God will show us anyone that we are holding unforgiveness against, and that we will start that process of healing and forgiveness today. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for your attention. And I do truly hope that you have a beautiful day. God bless.